and welcome to 2025 on Loud and Nerdy. Gentlemen,
I wasn't just playing my guitar, I promise.
Were you just playing Guitar Hero?
I wasn't.
I think he was playing the guitar.
Well, you know what? I
He
don't
was.
expect you to not be playing the guitar. If that makes any sense, like I just
He was
consider
playing
the
the
guitar
guitar.
to be like an extension of your personhood. You know what I mean? Like
Personhood.
personhood. Welcome to Generation Movie. Or Generation Movie.
No,
Loud and Nerdy.
that was yesterday.
That was
Day
yesterday.
behind, dollar short.
That was before my second root canal in less than 10 days. I miss you guys. Good evening, friends. Hi, wishing our good friend Joe a speedy recovery. Yes.
No, good friends, Joe. He considers Joe plural.
Well, Joe is plural. It's now, to be honest, Joe's life is now between Joe and his heart. So
Well,
The
he's
Joe and I?
it's like me and my shadow.
on the road to recovery, and that's always a good thing.
That's all that really matters. We want to wish Joe a speedy recovery.
Speaking of the
Good
Messiah,
evening, gentlemen. Welcome back. Yes. Speaking of the grand poobah of the Indie Escape Network, so I hope everybody had a really great New Year's. I hope everybody had a great Christmas. Couple things we're gonna get right off the bat. Figure out all the people in California
Wow.
that are. I'm jumping to it, and then we're gonna come right back to everybody else. All the people that are in California that are struggling, having a rough time of it, thinking of everybody. And I just wanted to say, hey, because not everybody is a superstar that has 2 homes or 3 homes. A lot of the people who work out in the industry are very, they're not people that have a ton of money saved up. They go from job to job. They're a little bit, caravan, gypsy-like in that sense. And so I just wanted to say, I'm thinking of everybody. We have friends on the network that live out there. Ryan James, who is the director of Cannibal Comedian. I saw a couple things with him where he was like just dealing with this incredible tragedy that I don't think we're close to understanding or discovering or figuring out. And so I just want to say everybody here at the Indie Escape Network is thinking of them, and we love them, and we want everybody to, be happy and get back on their feet and figure things out. Okay. How was your Christmas? Sorry. I think it's better to get out of the way early.
why are you pointing at me?
Well,
I'm
go
pointing
ahead.
at you. How was your
Well,
Christmas?
me-
Giving you the right away.
Yeah, he's
Christmas
letting
was
you
good.
go first.
You had fun. I'm not used to Jerry being nice.
That's not true. Jerry's
Christmas
the
is good.
Jerry's the nicest of the three.
I'm always nice.
Well, let's not get out of hand. I'm just let's not go crazy.
I think we're on Wicked viewing at least 200 already. So, I mean, yeah, it's great. Life is great.
Well,
Don't think I'm
I
defying
feel-
gravity.
I feel the most amazing thing about that is that I've caused that for you. And I just step back and go, well, interesting.
Oh, yeah, Raven was here for Christmas. I forgot about that. I blocked that out.
That was
Blocked
horrible.
it out. It's just like blocked it out.
I blocked it out.
Jerk.
Jerk alert.
Thank you, Missy.
Yeah, you gave her the gift of Wicked on demand.
Yeah. Thank you, Missy.
All my fault.
I don't know. I think everybody had a good Christmas here. The boys had a great Christmas.
Awesome.
It was it was one of those Christmases where, I couldn't get past. I didn't like it. Well, okay, that's fine. That's great.
Yeah.
Ricket Trivia, and they won first place. Congrats. Okay, so Nosferatu.
Just one question.
I know. I'm trying to answer. I'm trying to go. I'm trying to do what I can. So this movie, right, Raven? This is what we're talking about. Okay, so a couple things. I liked everything about it, but Jerry, when you're watching horror films and they don't how do I say this? They don't connect. Like it looks great, and the production design is stupendous, and everything you'd expect from a Robert Eggers film. You know, he's made The Northman, he's made The Lighthouse. You know, he's a great director. What I would say is, yes, I know. You're talking about yourself in the third person now. Is she talking about herself in the third person? Couldn't she just write I, a Raven,
Well, with
Raven?
WWE on Netflix now, you know, The Rock just
Yeah,
took
well, no,
over.
but yeah, but very few people. The Rock is an exception.
So what's
So
wrong with the movie?
okay, so what I had a problem with is
I didn't
I
see it yet, by the way.
I didn't like the design. I didn't like the Nosferatu design at all, and I know there's reasons for it, but I thought it was kind of like the design was just not conducive to me enjoying the film. And I think part of my problem, and this is a direct result of growing up in 1992, I saw Bram Stoker's Dracula. And Bram Stoker's Dracula
That's really a great movie.
it's a pretty great movie. And this movie, this Nosferatu, is beat for beat it's beat for beat. Everything about it is beat for beat, except for the fact that the vampire doesn't look good at all. Well, no, I understand. You know, if Raven wants to come on, she can come on.
So
Kyle has the link. Send her the link. So why are we going to fight? Okay, so here's my thing. I think my problem, like I like some of the choices. I like the gypsy stuff. I like all that going on. I didn't like how asexual the Count was, even though he was supposed to be a hypersexual being. I didn't mind that they changed some of the stuff around where people get bit. I didn't mind that at all. I thought that was good. And then they did the pan out, and I was like, oh. And because all I could think of in my mind was when Lucy gets ravaged in Bram Stoker's Dracula, how imminently fuckable the creature is. Like when you're looking at it, you're like, okay, I could see her falling for it. You know what I mean? Like, because it looks good. There's nothing about Eggers' Nosferatu that looks good at all. Like, and it's a great performance. Like the performances are good. I think Lily Rose Depp is really good. I think Nicholas Hoult is a superstar in the making. I think when we get him as Lex Luthor, we're going to be super happy. I just maybe I saw it.
Is that the right thing?
No, that's Klaus Kinski. That's Klaus Kinski.
Okay.
There are very little pictures of Count Orlok.
I see that. Okay.
There are very little pictures
I
online.
was trying to sneak a peek. That's all.
And it's he's super tall, and he's not. There's nothing like. Imagine if he was not fuckable at all. Get the fuck out of here. He was hideous, and there was not like imagine Jerry if the early version of the Count in Gary Oldman, if that stayed the entire movie. Like polar opposite of a beautiful creature and hideous beast, which she was willing to give up to save the people around her, was completely hideous. Yeah, I understand that. Raven's gonna find you a peak. I just had real issues with it. I don't know why. I just came out of it going, I don't think it's better than Bram Stoker's Dracula. You know what I mean? Like I don't think it's
Fright Night
or Fright Night or
Near
any
Dark.
of these. Hello, Gabe. Good to see you, buddy. I think it's okay.
Near Dark is probably the best vampire movie going.
Near Dark is really great. I think
For me, anyway.
One that I grew up with that doesn't get a lot of buzz but deserves it is Gary Oldman remains my favorite. Yeah, Vamp is good, but the one that stayed with me because I was
Leslie Nielsen, Dead and Loving It. Wait, what?
Hitting puberty at the time it came out was The Hunger.
The Hunger. Oh yeah.
David Bowie.
Yeah, that one was all right.
Catherine Deneuve. And
I like
Susan
Innocent Blood too. I thought that was really good.
Yeah, so I mean, I think it has cult stat. It's gonna have cult status. some people are really going to love it, and other people are not going to. Hello, Cindy. Hi.
Hello, mother.
Good to have you back. Thanks, Jerry's mom. Good to have you back. But I don't know why didn't like it. Yes, Abigail is in my top three. Abigail is a great movie. I think Abigail, for me, Abigail is better than Nosferatu too. I don't know why. I can't tell you why. Like Jerry, do you know like when you watch a horror film and you're like, I should be loving this more? Now that being said, the thing about the Eggers movie that sets it apart is there is an imposing sense of dread. There is, it's very well the like set that production design is astounding. They spent a lot of money on it. It's been a huge hit. I'm super happy for them. I wasn't enthralled with some of the design.
Dracula.
Forsaken was good too. Yeah, I like that. I don't know why it didn't hit for me. It like part of the problem, so this movie was part of my like the only time my teeth were feeling good enough. Oh, sorry, wrong thing. This movie was a double feature with whoever was responsible for the scroll at the bottom was absent last night too. Oh yeah, that's totally me. This scroll, take that, buddy, take that. Look, please, please. It's an act of vampirism. The sexy Dracula made vamp, sexy Twilight made a porn. Disappoint. No. I'm not saying Twilight's great because they're sexy vampires. I'm saying that
And they sparkle.
yes, they do. But the original concept of vampire, like an ideal vampire would be Dracula. An ideal vampire for me would be Jerry Dandridge, who is super dangerous and
have faith.
you got to have faith for it to work on me, Mr. Vincent. Yeah, I enjoyed Nosferatu, but I thought there were things that it could have been, if not that, but different. Yes, Gabe. Yes, Gabe. This is the one time we're on the same page. Gabe, we've never. My life is based on scrolls. What happened to the scroll? I didn't stop it.
Sure.
Part of my problem with Nosferatu is it was part of a double feature, and this should bring back things for fans of the original show. No, I don't fucking have it. Of course I don't have it. Why would I have it? Why would I have it? Why would I have it, Kyle? Why would I have it, Jerry? I don't know what it was. It was fine. The ending was different. It was unique.
Yes, Raven, that's the criminologist behind me.
Martin's one of my favorites too.
Yes, but like the thing about this, like I don't know what it was. Like for me, it was like watching something and just going, "What the fuck are we doing?" And
this was supposed to be better.
Well, not that it was supposed to be better, just that it was like worst Dracula to date, Dominic Purcell. Yeah, pretty bad. Although Dracula Untold isn't really great.
Dracula 2000.
Dracula 2000. Oof.
You didn't like Dracula 2000?
I like who it ended up being, though. That was kind of a cool twist.
I love the tie-in with it being Judas and the coins and.
Well, yeah, and that's the thing. This is one of the things we have to talk about tonight. I love you too, Gabe. We haven't always seen eye to eye, but tonight we do. Brandon Purple makes me cut something. Yes. Cool. That's exactly what I was going for. I think Skarsgård and Depp's performance were absolutely phenomenal. Yeah, they were great. Skarsgård was great. Depp was really great. I liked Emma Corrin from the Crown as well. She was a fantastic side friend. The dude got to escape Craven as well. So more blessings to him. Part of my promising Nosferatu was that I saw this the same day. Prince of Darkness is fantastic. This came up. Somebody asked on one of the sites, The Fog or Prince of Darkness. And the thing is, like, I rewatched The Fog over the holiday break. The Fog is great. The Fog is phenomenal. Slow, but really well done, even though it's an hour and a half. I love The Fog. But Prince of Darkness is underrated.
It's a good movie.
Prince of Darkness is underrated just because it's so fucking weird. It's weird and it's ahead of its time. Think about the stuff that, and again, spoiler for anybody who hasn't seen it, but it ends with messages being sent through space and time to get back to the original point.
Don't invoke 7.
What do you mean? No, we got to invoke 7. I saw it in IMAX. It was amazing. You want to know why it was amazing? First time I've ever seen the movie where it hasn't been dark. It was like you could see everything because the screen is so big. There's so much light that even the dark scenes were like, it was great. Like looking at backgrounds and figuring things out. So I came out of 7 and went right into Nosferatu. Raven,
Jerry, she slid into your DMs.
She slid into your PMs, please.
PMs, uh-oh.
PMs.
I hope he doesn't get the yes.
So my teeth have been hurting, and what
mustache? What?
And I
Dracula walking in. Who wants to go first?
Around like Daniel Day-Lewis over here.
No, he doesn't look like Daniel Day-Lewis at all. Daniel Day-Lewis is fuckable. Not for me, but like, for the most people.
I need that. Somebody clip that of JW saying that. I need that as my ringtone.
Please don't.
Anyway, it really had a Tom Selleck like that.
Yeah, the whole fucking movie. Yeah,
that's amazing.
Even when he's eating, even when he's
had
drinking,
the Hawaiian shirt too. It would have been even better.
Even when he's drinking, it is one of the big like. And so Raven says, without context, you don't understand. You see him
I don't
full body
need that
naked?
part. I just
no. No, the full body naked part is not fantastic. It's not. I feel awkward saying this. Like Lily Depp looked fine, and anyway, what I was going to say.
Johnny
like,
Depp's Willie looked fine. Wait, what?
No, Lily Depp.
If we're going to look at that, then we have to look at the girl from Return of the Living Dead 3, then, with all the spikes and everything, half naked.
Oh yeah, that's great. So yummy. No. This is like no. This is a no.
Hey,
like,
this year is starting off great.
Well, I said I typed it that I thought it was okay. It was merely okay for me. And
Motion detected at the front door.
Whoa! Everybody okay?
Yeah.
I'm good.
Someone's running around.
That ain't me.
Are you guys okay?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
I didn't mute the Alexa. I normally do.
I think one of the things that has to be discussed about what's going to happen this year is that we're in this process of like Nosferatu in the public domain. We're going to get hammered this year with eminent domain things where we're hammered about, and it's just I don't know that it's going to be great. I don't know that it's going to be the kind of thing where you go, I'm so excited about all this stuff that's in the public domain now.
Same, Gabe. Same.
Never and always. So I like, I'll give you an example. This is one of the things that's coming out. Where is it? I can't find shit tonight. This is fucking awful.
And he just redid everything.
I did. This is in the public domain, right? This is Peter Pan's Neverland Nightmares in theaters. It was in theaters yesterday, today, tomorrow. Popeye, yes.
If you put a mustache on that, that's kind of what I just looked at.
Yes,
kinda.
But like this, Steamboat Willie, we got a Popeye movie coming out. Because all of these things are in the public domain. So like, I know people don't like copyright law in this country, but protecting stuff that's good. I don't want to protect Mickey Mouse and everything forever. But
I've really seen no problem with just pirating what's out there. I mean, it's completely fine.
Is it?
It is.
Is it? Nothing. You feel we're going to get a ton of great things out of this?
You really don't get it.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I didn't get it.
Jerry,
Explain
zoom
it.
out a little bit on your end.
Oh yeah, you're pirating things. Yeah. Move your head, Kyle. Move your head, you bastard. Oh, you got it to work better. Look at that. Oh, but there it is. There, it's aliasing now. Just want to say that was a Popeye and
Stealing
Steamboat,
my movie room.
Steamboat Mickey. Yeah, the movie is called Screamboat. I can't get the picture to work. They've already showed it. He is a friend of the network, David Howard Thornton. I wish him the best. I know it's going to be successful. They moved it from January to April because they think it's going to be so big. But I just don't. I don't know. I don't know if we're olive oil was already in the public domain. Slut. Um, I why does Kyle's background look better than Jerry's original background?
Because I took a picture of it and sent it to him at level.
I want the Bambi horror movie to be like the Princess
That's
Bride.
why.
How am I, you unlived my mother, prepare to die. Die, D-Y-E? D-I-E. D-I-E, Gabe. D-I-E.
DIY. DIY.
English is tough. D-Y-E is die. Like,
Well, maybe they're gonna make clothing
maybe,
and stuff.
so one of the things, what did you guys find anything that you really loved during, oh, he's going to change his background. He's like, fuck you, Kyle.
Right?
Like, fuck you, Kyle. I can get original.
Backgrounds here.
Bitches.
Oh, I'm in Jerry's house. Just don't tell Jerry.
I don't know, but you're both in my head because this is crazy. They have the same fucking backgrounds. I'm
I don't
happy
know what
with
you're
my
talking
background.
about. I'm at a drive-in.
I'm happy with my background.
You got to put yourself in the
I feel my
Tron.
background looks nice. Better. So I'm excited about the Peter Pan movie. I'm thinking this could be fun. Has anyone seen it yet? Okay, when we say could it be fun, let's talk about this.
Wasn't Robin Williams in that?
No, that's Hook, and that was fun, but also problematic, just because apparently Robin Williams and Julia Roberts hated each other. Didn't go well. Poor Kyle's packed up the attic. Misty doesn't love him no more. I was gonna say, like, the interesting thing about the Peter Pan movie and the Steamboat Willie movie, and all these movies is,
Okay, Gabe.
it's one of those things where I just think we could get an overrun of things that are not very creative. Now, again, David Howard Thornton, he's played Art the Clown in 3 movies. He's super talented. I'm sure he wouldn't. He was also played the Grinch. He also in the public domain. I just think with immediately making a bunch of horror films that are just there to take up space. Thank you, Liz.
It's kind of
Well, they didn't get along. There was I don't want to say hate. I shouldn't have said hate. Thanks, Gabe, for calling me out on that. I shouldn't say hate, but there was definitely tension between Robin Williams and Julia Roberts in how they worked. Because I think Julia Roberts is a very set kind of like, in the moment actor, and Robin Williams is Robin Williams. Always spontaneous, and I could see that being a problem. Jerry's the rebel, no headphone for him. Yeah, Jerry says, "Fuck it, I don't want to hear properly." Oh, now he has them.
now I can't hear anything.
Now you, yeah. So
I have
I've
computers.
had tooth issues. I haven't gotten to a lot of movies. I'm working on getting back into the swing. I did, however, one of the things we do have to talk about. All good? No, that's not good. Yeah, I heard the same between Gary Oldman, Ryder, and Rack. Yeah, just very different style. I went through and did a lot of television. So, yes, this show, Creature Commandos, finished hella strong. 7 strong episodes. Have we watched? Have we not watched, boys?
Have not.
Nope.
Okay, so a real interesting couple things, no spoilers, but basically every commando got their own episode, obviously, and every commando's episode kind of led you to believe that they're not the monsters that they were set out to be. I mean, clearly one is the Bride of Frankenstein. One's a GI robot who can't stop killing Nazis and maybe slaughtered a bunch of people that were at a Nazi convention, which kind of is on point for the world right now.
The one in front
Weasel,
kind of reminds me of the old school Aquaman a little bit.
yeah, that's actually Rick. That's Rick Flag Senior. So if you saw Peacemaker, his son was also in Suicide Squad. Rick Flag Jr. was he was one of the people that got killed in Suicide Squad and Peacemaker, and so his father is part of the DCU running the Creature Commandos, the Bride, and like Nina Mazursky and the Weasel and Doctor Phosphorus. It was really good. Like it was beyond good, and it's a boon that DC has James Gunn and Peter Safran running their thing. It's easy why Superman is the most anticipated movie of 2025 for me. It's super easy. Although I'm going to be on Troy Hill's show in a couple weeks, and we're going to do some 2025 10 movies we're looking forward to kind of thing, a chit chat. And Superman is high on the list because, damn it, Jerry, now you said it. I'll never unsee it. What did you say?
Aquaman. Probably.
I think it is the Aquaman. But yeah, I mean,
That's
yeah.
the yellow, I think, in the
Weasel. And also, like, the interesting thing about this
look.
thing, Raven and everybody, Creature Commandos is now firmly tied into the old DCU and the new DCU because Amanda Waller's still there. Weasel is from Suicide Squad and this. Flags are in both. So it's like he's taking pieces he liked. That's a good picture, Jerry. Look at you. The little
similar in ways, right?
A little arrow pointing to his 12 pack, his 16 pack.
Yep.
His guppies.
I've been catching up on shows. That's one show. I don't know if you're watching this, Raven, but this show has also taken off for me. This show, I wrote a thing a couple weeks ago. I don't know who he needs to hear this. But Skeleton Crew, pretty fucking great. And tonight's the season
3.
I will say it took a while to get going. But what I would say to everybody is the show that Skeleton Crew reminds me of, the movie it reminds me of, is this. And I can't. That is true. We said opening weekend because I'll be here opening night. But we said opening weekend. Maybe opening night. Maybe I'll come down for the Friday. I'm going down to visit Joe and Robert Bass. Used to read was Robot and the Haunted Tank. Yes. But this movie and this show are two things that I think have so much in common. Skeleton Crew, I can't tell you how much you're missing out. If you love Amblin stuff from the 80s, where kids are actually in peril, it's really picked up. And there's they build a mystery early on, and they've developed it out, and the kids are all really good. Like they're all really good in their own little thing. And I will tell you that my favorite character is Neil. Neil is the elephant kid. He's amazing. He's incredible. He's nice. He's sweet. He's loyal. He's like a good version of Chunk. But it's more than super cute because Jude Law is playing a rogue, but he's not necessarily a good rogue, right? So we Neil is absolutely amazing. I can't get enough of Neil. He's super cool. He has one episode where he has a crush. It's great. I love the show. I cannot wait to finish tonight and watch the show. I will be doing that as soon as I get off here. And so those two shows. Another show that I watched the 7 episodes on Netflix, and we must discuss. Star Wars since Rogue One. I mean, I'm more Star Wars than Trek, but we can't talk who I'm officially behind. I understand. I got you. You know what? I promise. One of my resolutions for the show is Raven. We'll have you on and do a Who segment. Okay. I watched season 2 of this. It was weird because it's like, one of the most popular shows on Netflix history. You get Squid Game season 2, but there's only 7 episodes when you go in, and the 7 episodes, like, it's a classic bait and switch in that it's like it's clearly there's a midway point of the season, but it happens in the 7th episode, and you're like, where's the rest of it? And then they immediately at the end of the 7th episode put up the next part will be sometime in like October, November, December of this year. So it's already done, but they broke it apart into two things.
Trying to keep people interested.
Yes, but also like, do you know like sometimes you're trying to keep people interested and you piss people off?
Yeah.
Because there's not. Yeah, because it's like, look,
like
this
a
isn't
canceled show.
Yeah, this isn't what I signed up for. I signed up for a full arc. We're only doing 7 episodes. Okay,
That's
if you're
what
not
they did with
believing
the
me,
last episode of the last season of Cobra Kai, though, too.
well, yeah, it's like they're chopping everything up, and it's like they're sparsing it out. Like maybe it's something to control the algorithm, but I will tell you that the stuff they got back, the feedback they got back was, "Hey, yo, this can't work." Did anyone finally see what we do in the shadows? I did not. That is also on my list. I've been catching up on shows. So, Squid Game season 2. This is another one that I caught up with. And if you're not watching, I can't help you. Shrinking on Apple. This show season 2 ended December 11th, and it was absolutely amazing. It's by virtually most of the same people that did Ted Lasso. And I'm going to say something that's going to piss off like Nosferatu people as well. It's same kind of vein. I think Shrinking is better than Ted Lasso. No, it's not. It's not a long wait. Like Stranger Thing is a very long wait right now. Right, we're almost 3 years since the last season. But the thing about Squid Game is it came very fast, but then it didn't finish the story. I'm not into Made for Witches. Shrinking, I'm definitely into though. Shrinking, I can't get enough of.
Out of context, that's awesome. I want that shop too.
What?
Shrinking. I'm into Shrinking. Shrinking is awesome.
Well, and it's just really it's this really interesting show about a bunch of psychiatrists, and Harrison Ford is the lead psychiatrist, and he has Parkinson's, and he's so fucking good. Like, we all love Harrison Ford. I have so many, like, in front of me right now, looking in my room, I have so many Harrison Ford toys. I'll be getting a new one. Laughing my ass off at Jerry. I'll be getting a new one in a couple weeks when they come out with the Red Hulk. That's Harrison Ford, Red Hulk. Definitely getting it. And what I would say is, this is the most vulnerable he's been, and he's really good. It's really good acting. Like it's witness acting. Like, I don't know if anybody knows that movie. I know Jerry probably knows it. Witness is a great movie, and it's probably one of his best roles.
Mosquito Coast.
Witness and Mosquito Coast all came in within a year of themselves. So he did Witness and Mosquito Coast in 85 and 86 with Peter Weir. Pepperoni Nipples.
I don't know.
Talking about it. Well, yeah. They're right here in front of me. We all talk about our toys. Whether we have a stick that watches the same movie over and over again. We all have our toys. We all have stuff we talk about. So that is another thing that I really caught up on. Let's see what else. Tate.
Live action trailer for How to Train Your Dragon. Did you see that?
Yes, it's a great trailer. It solidifies that it's going to be one of those movies that people have to go see.
Yeah.
But the other thing about, like, the most interesting thing isn't the kid though. Yeah, I don't have a lot of those toys. I have a lot of Star Wars toys.
Oh,
And
he's got
Indiana,
a lightsaber that he can't show you though. This is his private collection.
yeah, I have Indiana Jones toys behind me.
Oh,
Also,
especially the whips.
all the things my nephew has made for me in the last couple months. Right over that shoulder. Who doesn't want a Toothless? That's exactly right. And like a live action, fully realized Toothless is going to be huge. I mean, that's one of the movies that's vying for blockbuster status come 2025. Because I also think they're going to tie it in a lot with Epic Universe. Because down here we have Epic Universe. Universal's going to war with Disney in a big way. Like Universal's been fucking with Disney for like the last 6 weeks. They closed Dino Land the other day, and Universal sent off a mess. Like, so in one of in the Animal Kingdom, there's a Dinosaur Land, Dino Land USA, restaurants, some rides. They have the dinosaur ride, which can definitely cause all kinds of like neck trauma. And so what happened was they closed Dino Land. They're getting ready to close Dino Land and replace it with something else. And when they did,
Indiana Jones Land,
Universal,
isn't it? I
there's
think that's what I read.
what was it?
In Indiana Jones area.
Well, Indiana Jones is definitely taking over the dinosaur ride because they have an Indiana Jones ride in Disneyland.
Well,
So
the stunt adventure.
no.
Oh, Disneyland out in L.A.
Disneyland out in LA, out in Anaheim. And so it runs on the same kind of technology as the dinosaur. So they're talking about doing that. But so what happened? Lizzie Kitty Merrick's. Hi.
Yeah.
Dragon Eagle's a big cat.
Probably because of that she's laughing. I mean, we all know it's true.
Yeah, possibly. Who knows? I don't give myself away too much. I mean, anyway. So they replaced Dino Land. They're closing it, and Universal put up. Well, if only Florida had another place where an entire dinosaur land where you could even meet them. You know what I mean? Like, it's like holy fuck. They're like throwing their Jurassic Park land right in the face of the fucking Disney, which, you know, and then they're really excited about Epic Universe. Epic Universe is going to be great. We're going in July, so I'm super excited. Can't wait for the Universal Monsters Land.
We'll probably be there in October.
There you go. So that's going on.
Come on, Jerry, you want to come with us?
Are you doing Cousin It? Or are you doing Uncle Fester?
Yeah, I think he has Cousin It.
Well, it's Cousin It on Uncle Fester.
Pretty much.
Pretty much. So what else? What did you guys see? Anything that turned you up? That made you excited? Anything? Kyle, you watch anything?
I watched a couple of the episodes of Skeleton Crew. It was really good.
It is
Amazon
really
Prime. Good. I can't remember the name of the damn show. It's some
Set it
guy
up.
running some guy running a game show contest for $5 million.
Mr. Beast.
Yes, it's really fun with the private island.
He's got diddling troubles though. I'm not I wish I were joking. I'm not. He's got diddling trouble. Diddling troubles. Also, a thing that came back that I didn't know was coming back so soon.
Yeah, that's it. Raven got
Mr.
it.
Beast. Yeah, I said Mr. Beast.
Yeah, I know. I was
This
trying to
show
get
is
someone else
back. Are
credit.
you watching this?
I gotta wait for a few episodes to drop. That's one of the shows I can't do weekly. I'll lose my mind.
They dropped 3 episodes opening day.
Oh.
They dropped 3 episodes.
I need like the entire season and just a gift card for DoorDash for the day, and I'd be good.
Okay, Kyle, you haven't read anything. You don't know anything about it. Look at the picture in front of you. Tell me who the traders are.
That's not fair. I don't know any of their names.
Just say left or right and sitting or not sitting.
All right. Sitting, black reverse hat.
That's Boston Rob from Survivor. That's correct.
Blue dress on the end standing.
Also correct. You're doing very well.
Yeah. And
Oh, they're definitely they're
red low cut dress standing.
all the way to the left. No, you're wrong.
Yeah, okay.
I will say this particular season looks stacked. They have some really great games players, including
You're
one
not
who's
going to guess Boston Rob though as a traitor like right off the bat.
well, yeah, it's weird, but he's so good at the game. Like he's so good at games. He's like, he's won Survivor twice. He are all the shows going to miss a season due to fire? No, no, but Boston Rob too easy to be the bad guy. Yes, but he's been I don't know, he's been playing really well. We're only 3 episodes in. I don't know what's gonna happen, but I do like that he's already talking about getting rid of traitors. Bob the drag queen, Woot, yeah, he's great, but he's sloppy. He's a sloppy player. Like the one I'm super stoked about, and I don't, Raven's watching obviously. The one I'm super stoked about. There's a woman named Carolyn who was on the last, not this past season of Survivor, but the season before, and she's an absolute unadulterated mess of a person, but she's amazing. She's really cool, and she's a traitor, and nobody thinks she's a traitor because she's a mess. But as I pointed out to the people I watch with in this house, she has made the best decisions of anybody. Like they were like, "Hey, we shouldn't vote this person out because we already did one of those, and if they start looking, there's not going to be enough of them to blame." And then they voted a second person out, and it was like, "Fuck!" It went exactly how she said, and I was like watching it, going, "Yeah, she's a mess, but you know what? She's not a bad player." So I'm super excited. That's one of my favorite shows. Okay, Kyle, we got 12 minutes left. I don't want you to go anywhere. I don't want. One of the resolutions for this year, we're gonna have Raven on, and one of the resolutions is I'd like you to at least sit and stay. Can you stay, please? Sit, Abu. Good dog.
Yeah.
Anyway, family ties, baby. Family ties. Returning things. We got 116 comments. I'm super excited. She's playing as Jar Jar Binks. Yes, but I don't know. You're 5 minutes late, so I think you should go 5 minutes late longer tonight. I can't promise anything. I can't promise anything. Sit, Kyle. Sit. Good dog. Abu. Sit, Abu. Ruff. It came from Jerry's basement. Jerry, what movie do you have tonight for us?
I have the movie Rocktober Blood.
I think I've seen this.
This is a beta.
You have a beta? You have a beta tape?
He is the master.
Oh, look at that. It's beta. Was it recorded or was it bought?
Oh, it's bought. Here's that's the
look at
label.
that.
This label must have fallen off.
Yeah, I was looking at it going, it looks like something you recorded on your parents' like television. So Rocktober Blood, I believe it's this movie right here. Right?
1984.
Billy's back from the dead.
Yes.
And it involves like a band, correct? Tell us a little bit
Yeah,
about
the singer of a band kills someone, he gets electrocuted, and the band continues on, and he comes back from the grave.
This is a rare horror film from the 80s. First off, distributed by Vestron Video, by the way, which is amazing. Vestron was like an incredible, like, cheapy kind of like a company that got some movies, and when you got the tapes home, you're like, it's a Vestron Video. Fuck. I'm definitely gonna have to adjust my tracking. Beta. Look at that. Do you know why Beta lost, Jerry?
Didn't they?
Sony
They didn't want to
Studios,
give up
wasn't it?
the. They didn't want to give up the technology, right? Was that the
That's
story?
part of it, but also VHS.
And they were cheaper.
Anytime they were cheaper, and anytime VHS, what VHS did was they went behind Beta's back. That's the good way to say it. They went behind Beta's back and signed a deal with the porn industry, and whatever the porn industry gets usually wins, and that's exactly what happened. VHS signed a deal with many porn companies, and they started producing cassettes cheaply, and Beta was no more.
Beta quality
Um,
was actually better.
Beta quality was always better. But
Did Jerry tell us where we could find this?
This is on YouTube.
On YouTube.
I found it today.
It is also a couple things, interesting stuff. So interesting thing. This is a 1984 movie, and it is a rare thing where it's a husband and wife duo writing and directing and producing, and the wife directs. So it is an 80s slasher film directed by a woman, and that is not something that happened a lot. And this is one of the better ones. It's fun, right? It's got decent soundtrack. The songs are pretty cool,
Yeah,
right?
look at
The
that
band,
concert footage,
right? The band in the movie is called Sorcery,
and they're good.
and they play the band called Headmistress in the movie. So it's a fun kind of like mock. You know what I mean? Like it's like a mock up of like all the kind of movies we were working on in the 80s. You can find it on YouTube. Excellent stuff, Jerry. A great start to the season. I am amazed at the sheer volume of things you can find on Tubi just sitting there.
It's
Everything.
a lot of stuff on there. A lot.
There's a lot of stuff just kind of sitting
Stuff
there.
I used to hunt for, and I'm like, oh, like the amount of time I put in looking for this damn movie, and years later, here it is at a click.
Yeah, it's weird. It's a weird kind of like, you know, they must have read Fangoria.
Yes.
I miss a good issue of Fangoria.
I wish
You know what I miss?
The Fangoria.
Do you know what I miss? I miss going to a new like a magazine rack and seeing like movie magazines, like Starlog,
Fangoria,
Fantastic Film.
Yeah,
and I miss them so much. Cinefex,
yeah.
Yes. I miss them so much, and like you go to the store now, and like it's like the magazines are weird. They're weird. They're just.
I miss the TV guide sometimes. You
can get it. It's just not. It doesn't look like an old TV guide.
Yeah,
my dad used to get like I don't know about you guys, but my dad used to get the TV guide, and we had we had a VHS, we had a Beta early, and he would go through the TV guide and be like, "Where can I tape a movie I really love?" And he would like highlight it, fold the page in.
I did that stuff too. I stayed up till like 3 o'clock in the morning to get Hellraiser off of HBO.
I remember Hellraiser's coming back. Hellraiser has a remastered of cut coming out this month.
I have versions of all of those movies on old VHSs when they were heavy, when the tapes were heavy.
I remember. I knew I was in my dad. He was taping King of Kings on HBO, and King of Kings at the time, and nobody, people were so old, but King of Kings was a 2-tape movie. So what happened was it had an intermission, and I had he had to leave to go to work, and he's like, all you have to do,
strict instructions, don't mess it up.
All you have to do is pop the other tape, put a tape in, and hit record during the intermission. I think I did okay.
I was waiting for you to say it got screwed up.
No, I didn't. I just remember being so fucking nervous.
I'm waiting for an episode of It Came From Jerry's Basement where it's just an issue of TV guide he holds up.
Right?
We can do that. Well, speaking of TV that has stood the test of time. Cinemax, the girls exercising topless. They weren't exercising. Yes. Twilight Zone Redux. Now, part of the excitement of tonight's episode was realizing Rod Serling came on and talked about an episode that's coming up next week called The Howling Man, which is one of the greatest fucking episodes of all time.
I like it a lot.
It is such a good episode. It's about a monastery and a mad monk that's in the monastery, and a stranger comes to the monastery. But first we have to get through a thing about machines. Opening narration. Hold on, let me put up a picture so we get some of the good stuff. This. A thing about machines. This is Mr. Bartlett Finchy, age 48, a practicing sophisticate who writes very special and very precious things for gourmet magazines and the like. He's a bachelor and a recluse with few friends, only devotees and adherents to the cause of tart sophistry. He has no, Serling's fucking dialogue, Serling's fucking words are amazing. He has no interests save whatever current annoyances he can put his mind to. He has no purposes in his life except the formulation of day-to-day opportunities to vent his wrath on mechanical contrivances of an age he abhors. In short, Mr. Bartlett Finchy is a malcontent, born either too late or too early in the century, and who, in just a moment, will enter a realm where muscles and the will to fight back are not limited to human beings. Next stop for Mr. Bartlett Finchy, the Twilight Zone. Now, this character is fucking awful. Richard Hayden plays him. Bartlett Finchy is a terrible, terrible human being. And so, the episode starts with a guy working on a giant television, a rich guy television, and he's rude to that guy, off the bat. Here, he's a fucking douche, right off the bat. And the guy's like, "When you called me here because you kicked the TV in." And he's like, "Yeah, well, the TV wasn't working." And he's like, "Yeah, but I also noticed there are a bunch of things ripped out of the back." And so it becomes this episode where he's rude to everyone. Then a clock starts ringing and it's not time for it to ring. Rips it off the fucking wall, smashes it, throws it down, breaks it. Incredible. He then has by the way, also the way Serling's inserting himself in these episodes, Jerry.
Yeah.
He inserts himself on the TV that just got fixed, which is amazing wraparound storytelling. Right? Just the idea that Serling's in this fucking world and he controls everything, so he can be anywhere he wants. But this TV ends up becoming bigger and more problematic. This lady who's doing a fucking belly dance starts talking to him. Then he breaks get out of here. Get out of here, is what they keep on saying to Bartlett Finchley. Get out of here, Finchley. So he has a secretary that works for him. She quits because she's just he's crazy. But before she quits, he tells her, "I haven't slept in weeks. And I haven't slept in weeks because the machines in this house are coming after me." And she's like, "You need help."
They're turning on by themselves.
They're turning on by themselves. The TV turns on by itself in the middle of the night. The radio I threw down, the original Marconi radio he had, by the way, just so we're clear, it's a fucking Marconi original radio that he threw down the stairs. That he threw it down the stairs because it woke him up in the middle of the night. So all the machines are coming to life. One that comes to life is like a little razor, an electric razor, and it's hilarious because it kind of just starts. He goes to shave his beard, and it kind of raises up and starts following him like a cobra, and then it crawls down the steps. I found my Alexa and literally grabbed her and threw her across the room. And that's exactly what this episode was. Actually, Jerry, I was thinking about this, right, as I'm watching this episode. This car right here is basically how the movie how the show kind of ends. This car it almost hits a kid.
Car's
tries to blame it on Finchley. Forgot to put your emergency brake on. No, I didn't. That car did it. And he sounds like a fucking loon. But even when he sounds like a fucking loon, Jerry, he's an asshole. All the people that are there, he's such a douche.
If you guys aren't off my property in 3 minutes, I'll have this gentleman here to
Oh,
call.
no, he doesn't say gentleman. He says, I'll have this underpaid gendarme
Yeah, that's what
escort
he
you
said.
off my premises. So he's douchey all the way around. And the amazing thing about it is everything starts to come to life in the house. So we have the, like the little thing chases him outside and he freaks out. And then the car starts chasing him around, right?
Yep.
And the car chases him all over fucking, like, his fucking property. And it's terrifying. It's the most terrifying the Twilight Zone has been in our 2 seasons. Because it's just, the car's coming. He kind of takes a breath. But then the car finally traps him and pushes him into the water. And the next thing you see is the ambulance door closing on a wet body that's dripping out of the fucking ambulance. And like the police are talking. It's like, what happened? And the police are like, well, we don't know why he sank. He's not weighted. He must have had a heart attack from being so scared. But what scared him? I don't know. It was the machines. The thing about the machines. And this is the final. This is the final closing narration. So they both, the personnel and the police, the ambulance personnel, said it could have been a heart attack. And then the narration kicks in. Yeah, it could be. It just could be that Mr. Bartley Finch had eventually succumbed from a heart attack and a set of delusions. It could just be that he was tormented by an imagination as sharp as his wit and as pointed as his dislikes. But as perceived by those attending, this is one explanation that has left the premises and with the deceased. Look for it filed under M for Machines in the Twilight Zone. This car, Jerry, reminded me of two things that I could not get out of my head as the car's chasing around. The Car from 1979, which is the terrifying movie where the car looks
Good movie.
exactly like this car, right? And it's a terrifying movie. And then the other thing that this particular episode, I know somewhere Stephen King has seen this episode because it is Maximum Overdrive, right?
Right.
It's Maximum Overdrive on a very small scale between one guy fighting the machines, as opposed to
like the hair clippers part is reminiscent of the electric knife.
Yes, and the microwave.
Yeah,
yes, and
right.
it's just really so. When we say that watching the Twilight Zone will make you like, first off, when you're watching the writing is astounding. The acting is really good. This was an episode that wasn't directed by Rod Serling, actually, which was kind of interesting. Directed by David Orrick McDearman, but it was written entirely by Rod Serling. So it's an interesting storyline, and you just kind of, when you're watching it, the Nazi scar from Indiana Jones, yeah, it's close. But when you're watching them, I don't know about you, Jerry, but when I'm watching them, I'm looking for like how cool the design is, how everything's cool. The acting's usually really good. How, fucking Serling inserts himself now in season 2, because he's inserting himself in everything. The way he's inserting himself is always very creative for every episode. A little bit Alfred Hitchcock presents.
Even
right?
the way that the narrations, and even when he talks about next week's episode, he's actually involved in it to some degree.
Well,
right?
he's like in the next week's episode preview, and the next week is in a major episode in Twilight Zone iconography, probably in the top 10 of all time. It is an episode called The Howling Man, and if you watch one episode of the Twilight Zone during our Twilight Zone Redux, this one is one of them that just, it's so fucking good.
You know what? I was trying to figure out with this one that for tonight who the kid was. The kid looks so familiar. I mean, I know it's
the kid licking the popsicle.
Yeah.
Maybe what was the
I
kid?
don't know. I just look at his face. I'm like, this kid looks familiar, but maybe I'm just overthinking it.
The only people credited in the show are
he's not. I tried to look it up.
Arnie Phillips is the TV repairman.
It's no credit.
By the way, who's super nice, but also like, I'll just send you a bill. I can't fucking deal with this.
I love how they're talking to each other though, and he's like talking normal, and the other guy's trying to talk all proper, but the normal guy's busting the other guy's ass. Really?
Oh, Bartlett Finchley is one of the most repulsive characters we've
But
come.
the TV repairman was like getting his digs in. Well,
oh yeah, he's like, the last,
did you?
yeah, the last time I came here, you put a foot through the screen. Well, it wasn't working. Okay,
So that's the way
so
you handle it, huh?
that's how you deal with it, huh?
That's
Shit
kind of what he
doesn't.
was
A
doing. He
lot
was
of
like
shit doesn't.
digging.
Yeah, a lot of shit doesn't work in your house apparently. Yeah, I mean it's a really good. It's a good episode. I don't remember seeing this episode. I do remember seeing this. The razors.
Yeah.
Okay. Um, we're 5 minutes over, so we've met Missy's criteria. Next week, The Howling Man. If you get a chance to watch it, please watch it. It's so amazing. And it was also recently I know Kyle is a big fan of wrestling. It was also recently The Howling Man was recently referenced on Jim Cornette's podcast because he was talking about Seth Rollins' suit from the opening night on Netflix. Kyle, I do have to ask you one question about wrestling really quick. How's
Okay.
how's Punk doing?
He's behaving so far.
Yeah, it's going. They're going to put him in charge in NXT. What do you mean behaving? They're going to put him in charge of NXT. He's doing so well.
They just hired the guy from TNA to run NXT.
The background, but not to train the kids. But I think Punk has been. I've been a fan of Punk forever, and I'm just super happy that he's. Also, how about last night? Again, another wrestling thing. It is nerdy. It's fine. Um, it's really nice to be able to see a wrestler who's a luchador who goes from one company that doesn't know what the fuck they're doing to another company where he immediately becomes uh, bankable. Like Penta was amazing last night, and just the idea that he's now going to learn how to wrestle and wrestle like a WWE match. The selling last night was incredible. I don't know how you feel about it. Did you like it last night? Did you watch it or no?
I didn't get the chance to see it, so
Penta and Gable had a match last night, and it was the idea of Penta coming from AEW immediately, and Penta then being immediately put over, and like he looked like a star last
is
night.
Gable the new Dolph Ziggler? Like every first feud has
Gable,
to go through him.
well, I think so because I think it's because he can teach you how to wrestle the WWE way. Like, do you ever hear that story about AJ Styles, like where AJ Styles was saying, the wrestling the WWE way is a very specific way of wrestling, and AJ Styles eventually said in the interview, I really wished I had learned WWE style before I went around the world and abused myself. You know what I mean? Like, because they're safe. Like, and last night Penta looked safe. He sold injuries. He also brought back the Lucha Underground finisher. Oh, be still my heart. The Lucha Underground finisher when he was an evil heel. But because he was doing it to Gable, nobody gave a fuck. In Lucha Underground, he was Lucha Underground. By the way, one of the great shows you'll never see enough of. But Lucha Underground was this wrestling show where they did everything as like a dramatic television show where like people's souls were being stolen and everything. Um, so they show him like a star, like they do Jade, but how long will that last? What do you mean? Jade's going to WrestleMania and is going to wrestle Bianca, or you know, or she won't. But I think she's going to WrestleMania to fight Bianca. I think it'll go on for a long time. Also, I just think AEW is bad. AEW is the pits. It is not fun to watch right now. But there are things that are fun to watch coming up this week. Perfect segue. Wolfman opens. Yeah, but she's getting better, Raven. She is getting better, and I think that's why they went to the Performance Center. I think that's why they faked the injury. We got Wolfman coming out. I'm super hopeful all of a sudden about this movie.
Wow.
I don't know why, but I do like Julia Garner from Ozark.
Does the Wolfman have nards in this?
I think he does, but also like the more I see of it, the more it looks like like we went into the Invisible Man and we were like, this isn't going to be good. Like we don't know what was going on, and then you watch the Invisible Man that they did a couple years ago, and you're like, this is actually a reinvention of this character, right? And it's I think that's where we're going. Are you really enjoying AEW? Really? I'm not enjoying AEW. Watching AEW is a chore. Like I try to, but
That was But that was Raw 2.5 years ago, where that was a chore to watch too.
Yeah, but again, 2.5 years ago is a long time because Vince was still there, and now it's I don't know what's happened, but they've got their shit together, and they're like AEW doesn't have a single baby face right now that I'm interested in. WWE has what 10 people? They just announced what the five. You didn't watch it last night, so the first three announcements for the Royal Rumble. Yeah, Seth is fully out of Brave New World. He got cut.
But Seth's in
They
for Royal Rumble.
but it wasn't his.
Cena's,
It wasn't. I don't think it was his fault. They did a they did a script rewrite that completely changed his character and wrote out that villain that he was going to play. So I'm not blaming Seth for that. But Royal Rumble already announced. They announced Cena last week, Punk last week. Well, Cena then Punk or Cena then Roman. Punk announced first thing on new Netflix Raw this week. Then Seth came out and said, "I'm going to stop you from winning, so I'm getting in the Royal Rumble." Then McIntyre came out and announced. So those are 5 people in the 30-man Royal Rumble. It's fucking ridiculous.
is Brock coming back for the Royal Rumble? Yes or no? Right now?
No, they don't need him.
No.
They don't need him. They don't want him. He's part. He's part of the Vince era where Vince had his favorites. He had his favorite toys, like Tony.
But Taker was always one of Vince's favorite toys. He ran the
Taker,
locker room.
Yes.
But he still can come in and do the rub though for Rhea.
But Taker loved Vince more than Vince loved Taker.
Vince left the backstage of a WrestleMania to take Taker to the hospital.
Again, it's still a puppy taking your favorite puppy. Every time I've seen Taker talk about Vince, it's not a healthy relationship. Good night, Joe. Thanks for
Night, Joe.
a couple things. Let's finish up. We got Wolfman coming out Friday. We also have this is going further in first movie called The Brutalist, which is Adrian Brody. And it was the Golden Globe winner. We didn't talk about that at all. It won Best Picture, Best Director. I will tell you, it's 3 hours long. It's going wider. It's 3 hours and 30 minutes, 15 minutes of which are a full intermission, which is super cool. And then also the last thing that's happening this week.
Roddy Piper.
Yes. This week also, A Real Pain is coming to Hulu. And A Real Pain is a really great movie. And I wholeheartedly stand by you watching. It's about 2 cousins who go on a trip to Europe to find their stuff about their homeland. And one is super nervous and the other one is super cool. And it's a really good cousin traveling movie. Women wrestling is the way to go.
Movie like that with Emilio Estevez and Martin Sheen.
The Walk.
The Walk. That's it.
Thanks.
That's what it reminded. That when you just described it, that's what it reminded me of.
Yeah, and that's a little bit of what it is, but it's more of a comedy. I still need my video on that, but yeah, Real Pain is a great movie. And Kieran Culkin is having a moment right now. Okay. It's good to be back. We'll be back every week. Great show. Thank you, Raven. Coming up this week, we have this coming up on the network. Comedian Robert Bass, DJ Pryor. He's an influencer, comedian, model, actor. The kid has done so much, and he's way younger than we are. 3.5 hours is a long fucking movie. About an Austrian architect that comes to America during World War II, after World War II. Robert Bass is super cool. And then in 2 weeks, this guy has a show, Troy Hill Talks. I will be on Troy Hill's show 2 weeks from Thursday, a week from Thursday, talking about the most anticipated movies of 2025. One of them is Superman. What else? Where can people find you, Kyle? Sorry. Where can people find you? What are you working on? What do you got going on? Did you get a pop in your drive-in tonight?
No, nothing. I got nothing up here yet.
Okay.
I'm working on stuff.
Jerry, where can people find you online?
Facebook, the soon to be maybe gone TikTok, Instagram,
Not
YouTube.
maybe. It's definitely going.
Well, we'll see.
We'll
Oh,
see.
Elon's buying it.
Jesus H. Christ. We'll be back next week, 9 p.m. And then also, we have a little show called Generation Movie. And this week on Generation Movie, I know it's going to sound weird, but it's this movie, 7, Monday night, Generation Movie, 9 o'clock, new time, same time as
I have
this,
to
but
watch
on
that.
Mondays. Thank you for joining us tonight. We'll see everybody next week. Have a great night. Stay safe. And pray for somebody's teeth. Thanks. Bye.
Zzz.